Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel Tom Yoga Om. If you haven't subscribed already, then please press the subscribe button, which should be here. We're going to touch on a subject that you will either love or you'll shy away from, and that is working with love. For those of you who feel like maybe you need to welcome that energy into your life, please don't feel like you're taking a massive leap into something that you're uncomfortable with. We're simply going to be opening up the space around the shoulders, around the chest, around the upper back. And when we do that, we embody and we welcome in certain types of energies. And I'm a little bit more of a cynic when it comes to this kind of thing. So maybe you're in the same boat as I am, or you're right on board, which is great. And what I've understood is that love can come in the forms of how you give love to others, how you give love to yourself, and how you give love out to the world. So throughout this class, we're going to have a think about that. We're going to start on our backs, and we're just going to bring our feet together, just because it's a really good stretch for the groin and for the hips. Bring our hips towards our heels, lie all the way back down. And then just bring your arms into cactus arms beside you. And if this is comfortable for you, you can stay here. Or what you might like to do is take your hands behind the back of your head. And what I'd like you to do is just find your breath. So breathe into your belly, breathe into your chest. And as you exhale, just feel your whole body soften. We're going to take 10 deep breaths in and out here. And I'd like you to relax through your hips, relax through your shoulders. Relax all the muscles of your face. Listen to the sound of a dog barking. And then just tune into the flow of your breath. So notice as it flows in through your nostrils, into your throat, your chest and your belly. Feel its temperature, its shape, how wide you're able to inhale, how much air and volume you can inhale in, and then notice all of that volume flowing out on the exhale. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And you might like to just start by noticing what the word love brings up in you. So without judging yourself, just notice what you notice. Where do your thoughts go? Where do your emotions go? Where do your feelings go? And you might find that on a subconscious level, if you tune in, that on that subconscious level something is coming up. Just be with that, don't judge it. So notice what you're feeling. And on this last breath, focus on the space around your chest and really breathe it in. Breathe in, let your chest, your belly rise up. Let them expand. Welcome in whatever you're going to take away from this class. Just be open to it and exhale to release. Good, and when you're ready, start to wriggle your hands and your fingers. Bring your arms beside you, bring your knees together, plant your feet down on the floor. Now, working into this space, we might be wanting to open up into that space on that energetic level, or we just want to work out. We want to get that stretch in. Either way, it's all going to start by working around the shoulders and the chest and the upper back. So let's start by bringing our hands up to the ceiling, taking a big breath in. Imagine that you're lifting up a heavy brick. You're lifting your shoulders up off the floor, your head stays on the ground, you're just stretching into the back. And then as you exhale, lower your shoulders down, keep that brick lifted. Good, 2 more. Inhale, lifting up. Just using metaphors here. Lifting that brick up. You can imagine it's anything. It could be a book, a ball, whatever. Exhale, lower it down. And this last one, you could even imagine it's a pot of water and the water's at the brim, so you want to keep it nice and steady as you lift up. Try not to spill anything. And then exhale to lower down. Good. Take your arms onto your hands onto your elbows, bring your arms back behind you. Take a big breath into your belly, a big breath into your chest and your shoulders. And as you exhale, soften through that space around the shoulders. One more breath here, breathe it in. And breathe it out, soften through your shoulders. And then just change the fold of your hand. So take the opposite arm on top and take 2 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Softening on the exhale, take one more round of breath. Good, then take your hands beside you. Take your fingertips to touch your heels. And press down into your hands, your arms and your feet. And when you're ready, slowly start to lift your hips up off the floor into a bridge pose. We're going to hold here for 1 breath. As you exhale, press down into your feet and your arms. And on your next breath, interlace your fingers behind your back, squeeze your shoulders together and lift up onto the tops of your shoulders. Breathe into that space. Big breath in, a big breath out to press down into your feet and your arms. And take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, just gently lower your back down onto the floor. Good. Take your knees into your chest and then take each hand onto its own knee. Keep your feet together and just start to row or circle your knees into your hips. And from here, because we've kind of opened up the shoulders a little bit, I want you to close your eyes or just soften your gaze, just let it blur out. And for 3 breaths, just focus on how you feel, where your thoughts are, and what's coming up for you. Just notice if it's different to what it felt like before. Sometimes we'll work with energies, and energy for me is just what you're feeling. We'll work with energies that maybe make us feel a little bit uncomfortable. And if this is making you feel uncomfortable, then I apologize. Sometimes it's good to not confront that. Maybe it's a little bit too much, in which case, just focus on the movement. Sometimes we know that we need to follow these energies and we need to confront them. And so doing it through yoga is a really nice way to kind of do so in a safe environment. You know? Right, just do one more rotation here. And then rotate the other way. Now I just want to switch us off from all of that energetic stuff. I just want you to find your breath again from a physical standpoint. Just breathe into your belly. Breathe into your chest. And as you exhale, just contract the muscles of your belly a little bit and get all of the air out of your lungs, every last bit. At the end of your exhale, you can even let out a little bit of a cough. Like that. 2 more breaths. Breathe it in. And exhale. Contract the belly. Get all of the air out of your lungs. And finish it with a cough. 1 more. It's a little bit funny, isn't it? Let's take your hands underneath your legs. Just rock yourself up and down a couple of times. Notice how you're feeling. If this feels pretty intense, just do a couple of them, then come up to a seat. And otherwise, just meet at the top of your mat with your feet flat on the floor. Take your hands onto your knees, and as you breathe in, lift your chest and your belly up. Take a big breath in. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. As you exhale, drop your back behind you. Tuck your chin down. Inhale, lifting up. Use your arms, breathing in. Reaching your chest forward, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And exhale, drop back behind you. 2 more. Breathing in. And breathing out. And last one, full breath in. And a full breath out. Good. Let's come back to a neutral position. Let's cross our ankles over and come to a seat. We're going to take a big breath in, reach our arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down through to your heart center and relax your shoulders. 2 more. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, relaxing through your shoulders. And last one, full breath in. And exhale. Good. From here, we're going to sweep the arms up, and then we're going to plant our left hand down onto the floor. Reach our right arm up. Take a big breath in. So you exhale, reach your right hand over to the left side. Good. Take a big breath in. Sweep your right arm up. Breathe into your right side breathe into your belly on the right side, your chest on the right side. As you exhale, extend out further. Get all of the air out of your lungs. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, extending. 1 more. And exhale, extending. Good. Inhale, sweep both arms up. You don't have to do the cough if you don't want to. Bring your right hand down, reach your left arm over. But I'm going to do it. Inhale, lift your left arm up, and just make sure you're breathing into that left side of the belly and the chest this time. And as you exhale, get all of the air out, and with that space you created on the inhale, find a stretch from that space. Good. 2 more. And last one. Good. Then reach both arms up, full breath in. And again, bring your hands through to your heart center, relax your shoulders and your neck. Nice. We've just got a couple more stretches on the ground. We're going to take our hands out in front of us. This is a good one. We don't do it often enough. Take a breath into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, reach your hands forward and fold yourself down. Just breathe into your back, feel the space soften here. And take 1 more big breath in. See if you can breathe all the way down to your lower back. And breathe all the way out to soften. When you're ready, press down into your hands and lift yourself up. We're just going to do the other side. We're going to cross the legs over. And take a big breath in. And as you exhale, fold yourself down. Good. Take a big breath into your belly. Feel the lower back expand, and then feel the breath rise up into your middle back. And as you exhale, see if you can soften from the middle back, and think of your spine as lengthening forward and down. 1 more breath here. In and out, and gently exhaling. After you exhale, just gently press yourself up. And from here, we're going to come onto our hands and our knees into a tabletop position. Plant your hands down into the floor. Lift your back up to the ceiling and use the strength in your arms just to find a little bit of lift here. Take 2 deep breaths in and out. Just feel the space between your shoulders opening up. And then just drop into 3 cat-cows, bending your elbows inwards. Open your belly up, open your chest up. Let your chest shine forward as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, round your back up to the ceiling. Press your back away. 2 more, just tuning into the breath. And last one, take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Good, and from here, move your shoulders forward beyond your wrists, bend at the elbows, bring yourself all the way down onto your chest, slide your legs out, take your hands underneath your shoulders, inhale for a cobra, breathing in, press down into your feet, reach your elbows back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and exhale, lower down. 2 more, breathing in, lifting up, and breathing out, lowering down. Let's just take 1 more here, breathing in, lifting up, and breathing out, lowering down. Good, tuck your toes under, power up into a plank or a tabletop. And as you exhale, with a lot of generousness in the bend in your knees, come back into your downward facing dog. And just keep it really gentle for now. Bend those knees left to right. And now we've spoken a lot about that physical self. We're going to come back into that energetic self and thinking about what those feelings and sensations are. So from here, what I'd like you to do is just start by giving ourselves a little bit of physical and mental grounding. Just spread your hands out, grip your hands down into the floor. Broaden your shoulders away from your ears, let your head hang here. Look back towards your feet. As you inhale, lift your hips and your heels up off the floor. And as you exhale, send your heels down, your hips back. And just hold here in your down dog. Just take a moment again to tune in just to the energy of your body. Just notice what's flowing, what's not for you. I find myself feeling strong in this pose, but feeling like my mind is trying to come up with the gentlest way of telling you about this energy, because I know how sensitive it can be and how vulnerable it can make us feel. And in empathy for your vulnerability in this, and in the vulnerability of that feeling, I'm feeling my own vulnerability. And that can be quite challenging for me. But I'm just going to try and breathe through it. And for these last 3 breaths, I know it's hard to hold. I know it's hard to hold this pose here. You just tune into how you're feeling right now and try to take your breath into the space around your chest. Just notice your chest and the region inside your body. And just take one more big breath in. Just witness what's happening. Good. And when you're ready, you can just start to bend your knees left to right. Let's get that stretch happening. Gently walk yourself forward to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale up into a halfway lift. Think of lifting your chest upwards and just become aware of where it sits in space. And as you exhale, bend your knees, feel it fold and fall down. And then inhale with a bit of strength, take your hands onto your knees and let your chest rise up. Fill it with air and oxygen and energy. And as you exhale, bend your knees and feel it fall down. Sometimes life can feel like this. Hey, let's do 2 more. Inhale, halfway lift. Filling our chest in that space of love, rising. And exhale, bend your knees and feel it relaxing. Feel it falling, softening, tuning in. Last one. Full breath in. And full breath out. And once you're here, just take a breath in and out. Keep a generous bend in your knees. And then we're going to raise our chest and that energy within our chest upwards as we breathe in. Just bring yourself to standing. Raise your arms up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring your hands through to your heart center. Good. Just hold here. Either soften your gaze or close your eyes. Slip your feet hip distance apart. And let's take 5 deep breaths into the belly, into the chest. And as you exhale, feel yourself grounding down. And just notice what you're feeling. I think it's important to remember that when it comes to energy or a sensation or a feeling, or when we call on people we practice with in our yoga classes to feel that feeling or to tune into a space, I just want you to know there's no right thing to feel. There's no thing you're meant to feel or not meant to feel. You're not broken in any way. There's nothing wrong with what you're feeling. It's meant to be where it is. You're meant to feel what you're feeling right now. And I guess it's just about taking a moment to tune into that energy and just to notice what's coming up for you. Not to try and beat it away or fight it, but just to feel what's real. Let's take one more deep inhale and exhale here. Good, and then when you're ready, we're going to take our hands behind us. We're going to do a little bit of a different sequence here, but I really like this one because it gets our blood pumping and our energy flowing. We've opened up our shoulders enough. We've done a lot of exercises, folding forward, strengthening with our arms. We're just going to open up that chest area now, and then we're going to come back and rest and see how we feel. This sequence is a lot of fun. If you get flustered, because you can get flustered doing this, please take it easy. Otherwise, let's get to it. We're going to take a big breath in and reach our arms up. You won't see mine because my ceiling's a bit short. As you exhale, you're going to bring your hands down through to your heart center. And you're going to take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Turn this way so you can see me. We're going to breathe in, reach our chest up, reach our arms down. As you exhale, bend your knees, fold yourself all the way down. Take your hands onto your lower back, sweep them past your feet. Inhale up into a chair pose, reach your chest and your arms forward. As you exhale, fold yourself all the way down. As you inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms all the way up to standing. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. Let's do 8 more of those. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale your hands down through to your heart center. After the exhale, bring them behind your back. Breathe in, reach your chest up. Reach your arms down. As you exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. Let your arms hang overhead. Then bring your hands onto your lower back. Sweep them past your feet. Inhale up into a chair pose. Engage the muscles of your navel, so your belly region, and just draw them in. Exhale to fold down. And then inhale to lift all the way up. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. We would keep your feet engaged and pressing down into the floor. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Release them, take them behind you, interlace them. Breathing in, lifting your chest up, reaching your arms down. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands sweep past the feet, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. Hit your curtain on the way up. And exhale your hands through to your heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring them down through to your heart center. Inhale, your hands behind you. I think I added a step. That's okay, we've got 6 more. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale your hands through heart center. Inhale, hands behind you, breathing in. Exhale, folding. 5 more. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, breathe all the way up. Exhale your hands through heart center. For this one, just notice your physical body. Notice how it feels. Breathe into your belly. Breathe into your chest, arms behind you. Exhale, fold forward. Just notice your shoulders, notice your feet. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Notice your hips, your belly, your lower back. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale your hands through to your heart center. And for this one, notice the energy flowing within you. So notice your breath. Notice how it feels to move. Notice how that makes you feel. Inhale all the way up. Exhale your hands through to your heart center. This next one, same thing, breathing in, arms behind you. Just noticing your breath, noticing your energy. Noticing how you feel. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale your hands through your heart center. We've got two more here. This time just notice the space around your chest. Let's slow it down. Exhale, fold forward. Notice how your chest feels. Inhale, sweep up into chair pose. Exhale, fold all the way down. Notice how the energy in your chest feels. Breathing in, lifting up. And exhale your hands through your heart center. And for this very last one, the best of your abilities, just try to be vulnerable with what you're feeling and to tap into that space around your heart. Let's move to it. Inhale, reach your arms back, lift your chest up. And just think about love and what that means to you. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lifting all the way up. And exhale your hands down through to your heart center. And just take a moment to pause here, plant down into your feet, soften your gaze or close your eyes. Feel the tops of your shoulders soften. And then just bring both hands through to your heart center. Just breathe into this space. So bring your hands onto your chest. Just notice the energy there. And with empathy and with kindness, I'd just like you to have a think about the following sentences. And please don't judge yourself. It's really important that you're just witnessing, and witnessing is the first part in making a change if you need to make one. Just take a big breath in. Big breath out. And on your next inhale, just think about how you've been giving your love to other people recently. And you might like to think about someone that you know, a friend or a family member. And with an exhale, I want you to imagine that you're sending love to them. It's just a thought. You're sending them a prayer or a warm wish, some good energy. Just do that for one more breath. As you exhale, just see them smiling. Exhale to send them that positive energy. And I'd like you to focus on yourself. Just take a big breath in. And notice how you feel. Good. The next one we're going to do is just focus on a stranger. Maybe it's a colleague, maybe it's someone you don't know too well. And maybe it's someone that's pissed you off. I always find that that's the one I tend to lean into. Someone that I feel like needs my love because I'm pissed off with them. Just take a big breath in. And just imagine them smiling. And exhale to send them some love. Just take one more breath like that. And then tune back into yourself. Notice how you feel. And for this last one, we're going to send love to ourselves. Now, sometimes when you send love to yourself, it can be really, really hard to feel a connection to that part of you that maybe needs love. And so sometimes, and I've just found it in other yoga classes in the past, it helps to imagine yourself as a child, maybe as a 10-year-old, and just take a moment to tune into what that person looks like. And just notice them smiling as you send them love over a couple of breaths. Good, and then just tune back into your physical body, your physical present energy right now. Put all those prayers and warm wishes aside and just take a moment to notice how you feel right now in this moment. Unattached from the love that you sent, just focusing on right now. Just focus on your breath and notice how it flows. And does that flow feel good? Focus on your body and feel how your body is feeling right now. All of the good parts and the bad parts, the tightness, the soreness, but also the places that feel good, that feel open, where you maybe don't feel anything at all. And then just notice where your thoughts and your emotions are at. Good. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. We're going to close this class on the floor, so let's just take a couple more moments here. Just bring yourself down to a comfortable seat, and just to help ourselves tune, effectively what I'm trying to do is, like, sometimes we feel too much of that energy and we need to like come back out of it because maybe it feels like a little bit too much. And a good way to do that is to fold ourselves forward. We're tuning inwards, we're releasing this space from opening up, we're closing it down again. So just take a moment to breathe into the belly and the chest. And as you exhale again, just fold yourself forward, just like you did at the start of the practice. Bow your head. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and out. Breathe into your back. Feel the muscles around your shoulders, your back, all the muscles around your face, feel them soften. And if you need a little bit more time here, you can rest in that space, in that way. Otherwise, just lift yourself back up and let's bring ourselves onto our backs. And take your legs out nice and long onto your mat. You might like to take one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly, and we're just going to take 10 deep breaths in and out here. Just breathe in deep and exhale through your nostrils. Now sometimes in a yoga class we feel like we've had too much of something and it doesn't feel safe. We feel maybe a little bit scared or fearful. If that's what's rising up for you right now, I want you to take some cleansing breaths. Cleansing breaths are when you breathe in through your nostrils and when you exhale out through your mouth. Take as many of those as you need. Stay here for as long as you need. Please do that for yourself. Otherwise, for the rest of us, if you're feeling okay, and by the rest of us, I don't mean 99% of everyone else. Believe me, there are people in your camp if you're not feeling like that energy is welcome. But just for the other people who maybe feel like they're okay right now, just take breaths through your nostrils. Feel yourself relax. There's no right or wrong way to be. Sometimes we feel one way, sometimes we feel another, and it's always going to change, and that's okay. Last thing I want you to do is just use the power of visualization. Athletes do it all the time. Who visualize winning. We're not going to visualize winning because it's not what it's about. We're going to visualize just a light in the center of our chest. We're going to imagine it's green because it's said that that's the color of this energy. So just feel a small light in your chest. Just imagine it's there. imagine that that light is made up of an energy that's burning. It's burning green and it's swirling in a clockwise direction. Like a ball of energy, ball of light. Just imagine that light is growing larger and larger, and that the energy, which is love, which is acceptance, which is empathy, which is really just the courage to be ourselves, is burning brighter and brighter with each breath. And I'd like you to imagine that that light is burning brighter and brighter to a point where it's, even if it's just a little bit, where that light is touching the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes, the top of your forehead. Imagine it's burning brighter and brighter, brighter and brighter, and illuminating those areas, even if it's just by a little bit. It might be by a lot, depending on how you're feeling. Imagine that it's radiating throughout you. Take 2 final deep breaths in and out here. Good. When you're ready, you can start to wriggle your fingers and your toes, or stay here depending on how you're feeling. On a breath in, stretch your arms back behind you. We're going to bring our knees into our chest and lift our head up off the floor. Roll over onto our left side. This is a side for tuning into your mind and your energy, your heart, your thoughts, your feelings. It's tuning inwards. Let's take a breath in and out here. Notice how you feel. And then gently press yourself up to a seat at the top of your mat. And we're going to inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands down through to our heart center. And just keep that breath flowing in and out. Notice how you feel for a moment longer. Then take your hands onto your chest. This is a way to kind of ground us down and ground us into a sense of relaxation and a sense of peace and stability. Let's take a big breath in and a big breath out. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that you found this class was accessible to you and that you were able to find that space that's often uncomfortable, that space of vulnerability that sits in this region here. Thank you for giving me a sense of your courage and for being here with me to enjoy this practice. And I hope that you enjoyed the class for what it meant for you. Thank you and namaste.